Alright, cool. Back to playing Moze. This is how you play Moze. If someone plays Moze a different way, they're just wrong. Like, they're just wrong, dude. If this is not how you play Moze, okay? Yo, what's going on, guys? Memes aside and jokes aside, Moze is in a pretty insane spot right now, to say the least. With that being said, we are going to be going over my favorite Rocketeer Moze setup, otherwise known as 3-Tree Moze. This is a build that Prismatic helped me with, Newtmad helped me with. I'm going to be posting Newtmad's YouTube video in the pinned comments down below. He goes in depth on Moze just like I do with Zane, and he gives top tier information. You guys should definitely check him out. And yeah, so basically, like I said, we are going to be going over 3-Tree Moze. I love using this with the Rocketeer class mod, and you can easily smash through the takedown. I'm going to be showing you guys some skips you can do in Guardian Takedown, kind of how insane Daka Bear is right now, and also some weird interactions that was discovered by Prismatic and Rampant. What's up, Priz and Rampant? If you guys are watching this. And also just like certain skills you don't need, like deadlines, when using this build, and I'm gonna explain to you why. So yeah, let's get into it. Now, first off, I love going over the weapons usually first. We are pretty much just using the meta weapons. This goes for almost any Mayhem 10 build right now. We are using the most powerful weapons we can get our hands on. Pretty much you are just looking for weapons that have splash, the soul render, the beacon, the flipper, whatever you want to use. My two favorite weapons to use on Moze are pretty much just the Sandhawk and the Plague Bearer. These are my two personal most used weapons. And yeah, now besides that, when it comes to the shield, we are using actually a Fire Old God, and I will explain to you why. Basically, fire in the Skag Den is a little bit bugged. And whenever that gets fixed, which it probably will get fixed, just to let you guys know, you're just going to want to element match. So for the Guardian Takedown, I recommend a Shock Old God. Now, when it comes to the grenade, we are using the Cloning Maddening Tracker. This is the best grenade for your survivability with Vampire. Try to get this with any anointment if you can, and if not, then, you know, whatever. And then finally, we are actually using a Vic Rush with AoE. Now, this actually out-damages the Pearl in this setup, especially with Skag Den working the way it is. But even, like I said, once Skag Den gets fixed, a Victory Rush with AoE damage will out-damage the Pearl of Ineffable Knowledge in a normal Moze setup. And then finally, we are using the Rocketeer class mod, which personally, this is my new favorite class mod. I really like the playstyle this gives you. Just basically using Iron Bear as your best friend. It kind of reminds me of playing with the Digiclone, but we pump out insane amounts of DPS on Moze, regardless, because Moze's skills were buffed, some of them possibly unintentionally, and that's what we're going to talk about first with Skag Den. And Short Fuse just in general was buffed. This is giving you so much more damage than it used to because it is scaling with Mayhem now. And yeah, so let's talk about the skill trees. I really want to go over some of these skills that we don't need, like deadlines. If you guys didn't know, but deadlines does not affect auto bear in any way. So if you are not running a Raging Bear, Iron Bear dedicated build, you do not need the skill, so don't take it. Otherwise, in my setup specifically, we aren't taking Stainless Steel Bear, and that's because of what we're going to talk about with Fire in the Skag Den. So I wanted to max out Fire in the Skag Den. But once this is fixed, which, like I said, you know, don't get upset at me. I'm just telling you guys how it is. This probably will get fixed. You will want to put these points. First, you're going to want to top off Grizzled, and then you're going to want to put these points into Stainless Steel Bear. And then one other thing I want to mention is pull the Holy Pin. You actually only need 1 point into this skill if you're not using the Minesweeper class mod. You do not need all 3 points. Now, the reason why I have all 3 points is because there are certain times where I do toss on my Minesweeper. In the Guardian Takedown, specifically in the Anathema fight or Anathema, basically the first mini boss, I swapped to the Minesweeper, and against that boss, the Rocketeer is not good. It's because that radiation bubble auto kills Iron Bear, so there's really no good way you can use the Rocketeer in that boss fight. But I do use the Rocketeer for the Scourge fight, and that leads us to some skips I'm going to tell you guys about later. and some awesome things with Daka Bear happening. Now, one last thing before we get into Skagden I want to mention is to use Grizzled instead of using Explosive Punctuation. Especially just the way these skills are mathed out. If you guys want to see the breakdown of these skills, then like I said, check out NewtMad's channel, and I'm also possibly going to link the Moze Militia Discord in the pinned comment down below. So if you guys want more in-depth info on Moze, definitely check out those two resources I mentioned. But, you know, I'm just briefly touching on it. Grizzled is basically just your best bet for cooldown, and there are certain times during the Anathema fight, for example, where I will prioritize attacking mobs really quickly to get this back. Now, finally, we have Fire in the Skagden in Blue Tree, and this skill is getting well, I don't want to say unintended, but this skill is getting ridiculous mayhem scaling. Basically, it says you get a bonus 30% incendiary damage, and we are just going to clearly show you guys on a skag that is not the case. We do 130k cryo and 1 million fire damage. Guys, this is doing ridiculous amounts of damage, and that's why you see me maxing this skill out. If this ever changes, just put these points into Stainless Steel Bear. And another thing I want to mention is that Stainless Steel Bear is actually double dipping itself for no reason with Iron Bear, so you're actually getting double the bonus on Stainless Steel Bear. Same with Scorching RPMs. Scorching RPMs is also double dipping itself for no reason on Iron Bear damage right now. You know, the patch, they said they wanted to fix double dipping, but they introduced a lot more, and that is going to lead us into the green tree. The most important skill here is Daka Bear, and this is for doing skips inside of the takedown. Basically in this clip right here that I played at the beginning, what's going on here is that if you notice, some enemies are coming into the crystals, but you notice it never turns white. So if you're in Daka Bear inside the crystals, the crystal will still charge for no reason, and it is basically a skip we can do inside of the takedown. And then finally, I want to show you one more skip to skip Scourge's teleport phase inside the takedown. This is very easy and there's no timing involved. If you actually just sit inside of Daka Bear while he's doing the teleport, you just won't get teleported. I love that skip. That's my favorite skip of all time. So you guys see that we got that weird animation where we flew through the air or whatever. But the thing is, all you have to do is press your exit Daka Bear button. Now you want to wait a second. I've done this too fast and it actually kills you. So you just want to fly through the air for like a hot second and then hop out. Just as much time as you saw in the clip. And yeah, Daka Bear is pretty crazy right now. Another thing worth mentioning is this does boost your auto bear damage. If you hop into Daka Bear, this will actually scale auto bear's damage, as crazy as that sounds. Now, I don't recommend hopping into Daka Bear except for doing skips, because in this setup, Moze will absolutely melt. You guys saw we can do 1 million damage with Skagden in one shot, and the Plague Bear is clearing rooms. For anyone watching me stream today, they saw the ridiculous kills we are getting with the skill tree setup, and it prioritizes a class mod like Rocketeer. That's what I love about it, and it's just so cool. Now, finally, we are going to go into the red tree. The main thing we wanted to get to was this Corrosive Sabo round. Basically, we are using cap arms for mobbing and then Corrosive Sabo for some survivability. You want to use one of these on each arm. The thing is, cap arms are by far the best mobbing weapon. I am pretty sure, at least in my experience. Excuse me. But these are not splash damage, so these will not heal Iron Bear with Vampire. So you really want this Corrosive Sabo round on your other arm. And that's to heal your Iron Bear with Vampire so that he does not die. And yeah, otherwise make sure you pick up these random points like to the last. I notice a lot of people not taking this skill, but this is just free fight for your lifetime with Too Angry to Die. On top of that, just like this helps get random kills and stuff like that. And yeah, so this is pretty much the Rocketeer Moze setup that I have been running on stream today, that a lot of people were asking me about, and some weird interactions with her skills. Even if those weird interactions are fixed, all I would do would move these points and fire in the skag den over to Grizzled and Stainless Steel Bear, and you will still have a very, very high damaging Moze setup. By the way, make sure to keep 1 point into skag den, because this will give you a bonus element. It'll give you a full fire dot. And that helps with things like consecutive hits and whatnot, which you notice most of our weapons are consecutive hits. And once again, that's because of how easy this anointment is to keep up with Moze. Otherwise, another anointment you could use is like 200% splash damage, but yeah. Anyways, guys, that is pretty much it for this video and this Moze setup I've been running. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and the breakdown of some of the skills. This build is absolutely insane, and Moze is pretty busted right now, if I'm being honest with you guys. So yeah, don't forget to drop a like on the video. Check out Newtmad and the Moze Militia down in the pinned comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out.